Hey everybody, so a lot of you wanted to know about the transaction fee or the admin fee. How do you charge that to a listing client or a buyer client? Well, quickly, let's just take a look at a commission. Let's say on a $160,000 home that you're getting 3% on. 3% of $160,000 is $4,800. Let's say you're on a 70-30 split. So you get $3,360 out of a $160,000 sell. Out of that $3,360, you have marketing you have to pay for. You've probably paid for a sign and lock box. You've probably had to drive back and forth to the house. There may be other marketing expenses. You have to put aside money for taxes. There are a lot of fees associated with the sale of a home or representing a client that come out of your 3%. And we all know this. 3% is actually not a lot. And so protecting that is important, and we completely understand that, which is why I really encourage agents to charge the transaction fee. The transaction fee, in essence, pays for our services so that you really get our services for free. And the majority of the agents that I work with, easily 90% of them charge a transaction fee. Some charge the transaction fee up front and get the whole thing up front. Some charge the entire thing at close. Some will charge the listing part up front and then say that the rest of it will be paid at closing. And I've never had an agent who calls me or emails me and tells me that a client was not okay with the transaction fee. They always sign off on it. So okay, that was my short caveat. So on page, I believe it's 2 of the listing agreement is where the commissions are stated. You would put, let's say it's a 6% listing that you're taking, 3% to the buyer's agent, 3% to you. You would put 6% plus an admin fee, whatever admin fee you decide on. Now, if a client even says anything about that, which normally they won't, they actually won't even say anything to you at all. They understand what an admin fee is and they'll just move right along with it. But if they do not, if they say, well, what is this admin fee for? The next step is to give them value proposition. Value proposition is really what I do when I explain to an agent how we help them. I am showing value to an agent so that they say, oh yes, it makes sense, I would like to use you. It's the same thing you're going to do with a client, and all you have to do is believe in it, and they'll have no problem paying it, which is the same thing that happens with the agents that work with me. I believe in what I do. I can explain to them what I do. They believe in it, and so they pay it. Okay, if I am explaining to an agent what value I have, I can tell them, we leverage your time. While you handle the 20%, we handle the 80%. We help increase your ability to lead generate and to cultivate leads. We take care of amendments. We take care of data entry. We take care of flyers. We take care of making phone calls to title companies and lenders and so forth, so that even though you have the mental capability to do what we do, it is of a greater advantage to you to have someone else do that, which is why people hire assistants. Assistants get paid to do that so that the agent or the rainmaker can go do what they're good at. That's value proposition. So when I bought and sold, I would explain to a client, this admin fee pays for the staff that I have at the office, so that no matter whether I'm out with another client, whether I'm working with another buyer or another seller, you can always reach someone at my office to answer any questions that you may have. And in addition to that, as soon as I take this paperwork from you, I am going to be able to send that to my assistants, and they will immediately begin processing this. So they're going to stay in touch with title companies and lenders, and they're going to actually give you a call. You'll have their number so that you can touch base with them. And I'm still your agent, but if I'm busy, you will always be able to get a hold of somebody. On the listing side, at a listing appointment, you are able to say, this small fee pays for my staff, so that when I'm done at this listing appointment, I hand this over to them, and within 24 hours, your home is live on the internet. We have a professional photographer that will come and take pictures of your home inside and out, have those put up on the web, build a visual tour, and link that visual tour. In addition, if you have any questions, you can call them so that even if I'm out and about, you can get a hold of them. If you have any questions about showings or feedback or something like that, this staff is always available to you. That's a brief synopsis on giving value proposition in a listing appointment or in a transaction appointment, so that this transaction fee makes sense to them. And if you think about it, it should make sense to them, and I'm sure that it makes sense to you. You don't get a lot in the course of a transaction, and so to charge a transaction fee on top of the small amount that you're going to get, the 3%, makes sense. It makes sense on all points. So that's kind of a brief synopsis of how you deal with the transaction fee. If y'all have any other questions about that, please make sure and give me a call or email me again. I really appreciate the feedback that I've gotten so far, and if I can answer that maybe a little more in depth, or if there's an objection that you have or that you've received from a client, then just touch base with me and let me know, and I can address that as well. I look forward to doing business with you, and I appreciate the feedback that I'm getting on these blogs. Thanks so much.